Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. It is Monday. It is time for Monday Jumpstart. Hello, Glynis. First one here. Ready to jump a bit on a Monday. Just getting this stuff spread out to be able to show you somewhat. First one in and only one in, Glynis. Looks like. That's okay. It takes a minute. As soon as we go live, then the notification goes out that says Happy Paper People is live now. And people go, oh, yeah, almost forgot. That's what I do anyway.
Me too.
So, always like to give just a minute or two at the beginning for people to be able to jump on. I'm excited about what we're doing today. And Glynis, I know you don't have a magazine in the house, but if you want to grab, I'll just tell you before we even get started. If you want to grab a map, a couple of maps, that will work as well. We're going to talk about that too, so that you can do this, because I think that this is one that you'll like. It involves some fussy cutting.
Oh, that's right up her alley.
I know. So if you're joining us on YouTube, pop into chat, say hello, just let us know you're here. Even if you're going to be working and not able to chat a whole bunch, it's nice to know who's here and listening in. And if you're watching on the replay, we appreciate that as well. We're sorry that you couldn't meet with us live, but we do understand that schedules don't always allow participation at the time that the live is broadcast. And thank goodness for replay options, right?
Mm-hmm.
Love replay options, because there's no way I could catch all the people that I love to watch, catch them all live. And a lot of them aren't live anyway. They're taped videos. So that's totally okay. So we'll say hello as people are coming in, because I see that we have a bunch of people on YouTube right now, but they haven't come into chat yet. So we'll go ahead and get started. Excuse me. So today we are looking at and talking about how to make collage fodder from magazine pages, old magazine pages. This is awesome. Magazines are one of those things. They're kind of glossy pages. They're kind of thin usually. Some of them aren't. Both of them will work for this. What do I do with them? I hate to throw them away. Hate to waste them. This is fantastic, and it can work for so many different things in so many different ways. So I'll tell you right now, today we have 1 hour on Jumpstart. We are going to look at how to make them. And then Thursday afternoon or evening, depending where you are, we will come back and look at how to use them. So look for the video on how to use them, or not the video. Look for the live event for this Thursday, just 3 days from now, on how to use them. That will give everyone 3 days to make some and have them ready to go. So hopefully the LED lights are not completely washing out. They seem to. I don't know what I'm going to do with lighting. I thought the LEDs would be great. They'd be bright and not have shadow. That is true, but now they wash everything out, and so you can't see the color. But it's all right. It's all right. So this is an idea of what you end up with. And this is only a tiny fraction of what you can do. And you're all going to have your own ideas and, thoughts about how to draw them, how to cut them. You do not have to be a drawing artist to be able to do this. I am not, and I can do it. And the thing that I love the most about these is that they look hand-drawn. I just think that looks so cool, especially when they're used. They look hand-drawn, and it's like hand-drawn ephemera or embellishments or decorative bits or whatever you want to call them. Fodder is kind of a strange word. What does fodder mean? Collage fodder. Fodder is just a collection of items. So a collection of things that we have drawn and cut out and prepared for collage is collage fodder. Hi, Roxanne. Used to make lots of collages for magazine pages and put poems or sayings on them. Unfortunately, I don't have any to show. Oh, that's too bad. You know what? You can do that in a book, and then you end up with a whole book of all your collages like that with your quotes, poems, sayings in them, which is really cool, so that you can thumb back in and see either you've written the poems or they're sayings or quotes that have special meaning to you, or I like to use motivational ones that uplift me. So glad that you're here. So if you want to participate today, super easy to do. We have 1 hour. We're probably down to 50 minutes now, 55 minutes. Okay. And you will need a magazine, excuse me, any kind of magazine. I actually have some sports magazines that I have a hard time finding other images that I want for collage that would be great for this. So magazine, I'm going to grab one of those. You will need a black marker. That could be a Posca pen. It could be, this is a writing brush. It could be a Sharpie. Grab one of those. It could have a thin end and a thick end. It doesn't matter. It could even be thin like this, like a micron, and even a black gel pen. Although I find that gel pens have a harder time sometimes writing on the glossy pages, and sometimes they will work. However, they don't always. So you need a black marker, a magazine, and a pair of scissors. Now, if you have handy also something white, like a white Posca paint pen or any brand paint pen, honestly, or white gel pen or a white marker. Hi, Margie. So glad you're here.
Happy birthday, Margie.
Happy birthday, Margie.
Okay, ready? We'll sing to her. Let me get everybody on the screen. Okay, you ready? Guys, ready? Can't get to the live behind. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Margie.
Happy birthday to you. We obviously have awful timing.
Well, I was wondering if it was that or if it's that there is literally a delay between me and you.
Probably.
And there's a delay here too.
That could actually be a delay on StreamYard. I'm grabbing one of those sports magazines.
Which is probably why when anybody tapes anything like that, they do earphones so that they can hear the other people and then it goes out on it.
Because, yeah, even us right here, we have a delay. So Margie's laughing at us. Yeah, we don't have to be good. We just have to show our love because we love Margie. And hail to the Queen. Today is the Queen's birthday.
Hail to the Queen.
Queen Margie, happy birthday today. And she can be whatever age she wants again and for all year and for the rest of her life. So if you want to participate today, all you need is a magazine and a pair of scissors, a black marker, and a white marker. That is literally all you need. After we do that, we'll show you a couple of bonus things that are super easy that you can do as well. Oh, she feels the love. Yay! That's all we want, Margie, is for you to feel the love. Yes, you can be 30 again. I liked 31. That was pretty good age. Okay, so let's grab a magazine. I'm going to do it in several and show you how we can find. And we're going to start with a black marker. I hope this black Posca is not yet worn out. Some of them I have worn them right out. Okay. So we're going to start with the magazine, and we're going to make flowers and leaves and some greenery. And you can see how there's all kinds of different colors. And you can also imagine that when you're collaging, you don't want the same color for everything. You don't want everything just, green. So let me show you. This is a page that I thought, oh, that'll be a great color green to do some leaves and greenery. The whole thing was kind of the same color, and I honestly think this is pretty boring. Not really liking it so much. And then you come to something like this that had multiple colors of green. There was like bushes and trees and whatever. And the variation of that on the flower looks so much better, even on this leaf where there are variations. It could have been some foliage on the page. I like that a whole lot better. Here's another green one, because you don't go outside and pick anything green and it's all the exact same color. There's always some variation. This one even had, that looks like a baseball field. There's some brown in there, some sand, some white, and that looks a lot better. So we're going to pick a page, and it does not need to be green, because we'll start out with the flowers. And I like flowers of all different colors, because you never know exactly what color you want to use when you're collaging. But we can do mushrooms. Had this page. It's a pretty color red, but it was just solid red. I'm like, oh, what should I do on there? There's a couple of mushrooms and some different sizes of mushrooms. You can do different sizes of flowers. We do different sizes of foliage and different colors. So we'll go through here and we'll pick a page. And how do you pick a page? A page that might look boring to you to look at might be a page that is great for doing this. This would be cool on some things because there's different shades of blue there. This would all be really good if there was more of it and not the words in the way. Look at that. We're not going to see that that's a golf cart when we cut that up, but you'll get the shades of green and yellow. But I'm just looking for something that maybe we can get more out of one page, so I don't have to pull. You could even use a face, a great big face like that. Because once you cut it up, you can't see that it's a face. Oh, come on. I thought there would be some great outdoor pictures in this golf magazine. Got this from my dentist's office. I just asked her when I went in, what do you do with your old magazines when the new ones come in? She says, I throw them away. She says, why do you want them? And I said, well, if you've got a couple that are ready to go, I'd love them. And she says, yeah, I just pulled these out today, and you can have them. So let's see. Maybe this
and
one.
Sometimes it's easy if you want to just see the outline of it. Just go ahead and do it in like a pencil first, and just to see if you can get the shapes ready.
Yeah, you can do
and
that.
See if it fits in there, and then you go back and you use your white or your black marker.
All right, I'm not finding
another green one
in the golf. So I'm gonna default back here. Better Homes and Gardens. I got that from my surgeon's office for my shoulder. I asked her the same thing. They have tons of magazines, and I said, "What do you do with these?" She says, "I just throw them away." She went through and found some old ones and gave them to me. Better Homes and Gardens will have flowers and food. Food is awesome in this. Sometimes they have a whole table. Look at that page. Look at all that great color. Let's definitely use this one. Oh, that orange on the back would be really pretty too. Get orange mushrooms. They're variation in color. Yes, we love the kitty, but sorry, kitty. Kitty's going to end up on the back of some things there. So I'll get that one, and I'll find one other that is maybe a little different. I love the ones that have like a whole table full of food. Ooh, look at that. Look at all the cool colors on there. That could make something really neat. Hang on. I wanted to find some food. I'll show you how that works. When it's all cut down, you really don't see that it's food or flowers or whatever it is. And I should have pulled out some pages ahead of time, because right when you're looking for them,
you can't find them.
They don't jump out at you. It's like every other page is good until you're looking for it, and then and then they don't jump out at you. Look at this wallpaper. Can you imagine that wallpaper in your house? Jungle. If the whole place was decorated like a jungle, that room. I used to want a house where every room had a different decor, like one was jungle and one was something else. And so I could literally walk from room to room and feel like I was in a different place, change the environment, change my whole feeling. Kitty, I would use the kitty, yeah, over the food. Okay, so let me slide these guys off a bit. Not off, I just want them up there. I want you to still be able to see them. And you can start with the black or white. I kind of like to start with the black and then use the white over it. Like, what's an easy one to see? Here's an easy one to see. So drew it with the black, and then go back with the white and just kind of really quickly, roughly draw the white in the same way. So you have the black and the white. It gives a cool effect. You can make the insides just some little mark making things, either black or white, depending on the color of your magazine page, whether the black or white is going to show up better. Okay, so let's do this. So then you've got this in front of you and you're like, okay, now what do I draw? I don't know what to draw. How do I do this? I'm going to give you some basics, just some real basics. And those of you who like know how to draw flowers will have many more than this. And once you get going, you'll probably even come up with many more. But I'll just give you some basics to start with. And you really don't have to have a whole lot of many different kinds. So you can start, let's see, I'm just going to start over here. And so I can have plenty of room to do more if I want. So I'm going to do a petal. So I just made a petal like that, and choose your size by the size of that petal. And then I'm going to make a center. Now off that center, I'm going to work. I may be a little close to the edge there. I was trying to make it a big petal so that you could see it, and I may be a little too close to the edge. But you can do 5 petals. You can do 6 petals. If you do 6 petals, if you're afraid that you don't know how to space them out or you've never drawn before, do 6 petals. Super easy. Here's how you do it. 1, and then do another one across from it. They don't need to be perfect. Honestly, my favorite thing about all this is that they look handmade. They hand drawn. Okay, and then in each one of these halves, you're going to get 2 more. So you want 1 there, and then you need 1 across from that, and that's where I'm going to run off the page. And then you need 1 over here, and then 1 across from it. So you literally draw 1 across from it, a second, 1 across from it, and a third, 1 across from it. And there's your 6. Just leave it. You're going to draw these all over the page, and you're going to look at them. A propeller. That's exactly it, Margie. You're going to look at them, and you're going to say, oh my gosh, those look so bad. They look on the page. They just really don't look like much. They don't look great. They're just kind of there. But wait until you get them cut and the marks on them. They look fantastic. So just leave it there, and let's go to another one. This one let's do with 5 petals. So you can make your center first, or you can make your petal first. And I'm going to do 1 petal, and I want 5. So I want these first 3 at like a triangle. There, 1, 2, 3. And then just add 2 more in. 1 here and 1 here. And if that, and there's a bigger space right here, I used to think, oh no, they're not evenly spaced. It's okay. Just leave it. Look at this one, how that one leaf is, or petal is longer. It looks really cool when you go to use it. Because flowers are like that. They are irregular. They are not perfect. And these have very light things behind them on that wallpaper there. Here's another way that you can do it. It's easier to see on this light stuff too. So I'm going to keep doing that. Another way you can do it is to draw you a center circle, but it's more like an oval. And then you're going to draw a petal down, and then a petal to the side of it that's down, but make it a little bit shorter. And another one next to that that's a little bit shorter than that. And then come to the other side and do one on the other side of it that's a little bit shorter than it, or a lot of bit shorter, doesn't matter, and a little bit shorter than that. There you go. And then you can look at this, and you maybe need a little bit more of a mound right there. That can be colored in. Then you can put white dots in it or not. Okay. You can do that same thing. Do another one right here. You can do that same thing with a few more petals. Just do each one of them a little bit shorter than the one before it, and make the little one up top the shortest, and it's kind of coming out from behind it. You do not have to be able to really draw. You don't have to be an artist, a drawing artist, to do these. They are really super, super simple. One that a lot of people do is just 4 petals. Literally put your pen down, draw 4 petals, then pick it up, so that you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, almost like a 4-leaf clover. And the more wonky it is, the cuter it comes out. Do you a center? Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And don't worry about them being perfect. Again, the more wonky they are, the cooler they look when they come out. You could also do, let's make us a small center here, and let's do 5 petals. I keep calling them leaves. These are going to be a little bit thinner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they're thinner, and there's only 5, so now we're going to do some behind it. Instead of starting at the center, we just start on the petal that's there and come to the other petal next to it. This has a great big space, so I'm actually going to do one there, and then from this petal to that petal, because that one then looks like it's behind it. That one does too, so great big space, and then one behind it. This could be one of those daisies that has like 3 layers. And so there's layers and layers of petals that you pull off. And you can actually do that as many times as you want, just doing this little hooky thing from one petal to the next, which shows petals behind it. And you can make it have as many layers of petals as you want. And that looks really cool. How about something that has longer, pointier? This is easy to do because, again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, here's one over here, for example. Now, I want you to notice a couple of things. Notice their irregularity. They're not even the exact same size. Their positioning. But if you go out and look in the flower garden, they're never hanging or laying exactly perfect. You've got petals and leaves that go every which way. Also, notice that even their points are different because they're just not perfect. Margie activated our super chat because she's our superstar queen. Thank you, Margie. We appreciate you so much. Hi, Christy. So glad that you could make it. We're only here an hour today. Anyway, we're always here from Monday on Monday Jumpstart. And we appreciate you being here. Christy's been making some of these on the side as well. So let's do one like this with the pointy. We just start with a point and kind of come down. So if you don't, I don't really know how to draw them. So just start at a point and come back to a point. Start at another point and come back to a point. I'm going to draw a center there. And you can have as many of the petals as you want on there. So I'll turn it around here. Once I've got the center, it's easier for me to go from the center. So just go around to a point and around to a point, around to a point and around to a point, around to a point and around to a point, just like that. All I'm doing is kind of going a little bit oval and coming to a point, literally. Nope, you won't miss much. We're an hour every Monday. We'll be back here on Thursday. And today we're just doing how to make them. On Thursday, we're going to come back and show how to use them. So I really like this one because it's so simple and you can actually make it any size. I tend to always want to make them, great big giant, and they don't always need to be. Round to a point and come back to a point. There's my center. So point, 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 point. I don't know why I always want to make them a great big giant. Sometimes I like to leave out that 6th one and just leave a big gap because it looks like it's just been caught in the wind and hanging. And that's kind of cool. I'm going to do another one here that is a little bit smaller. I always think it's going to be smaller. And then I start doing it and I do it just as big. I don't know why I want to draw them so big. And again, it doesn't even matter what they look like. If you start doing one thing and it comes out another, it's okay. This would be a cool one, I think, to have this kind. So hanging down and down and down. And if you kind of mess it up, then just fix it with your marker and leave that. Don't worry about, you've got extra marks there and they're going to show or look funny. They're really not. I'll show you when we get to decorate them. I'm going to do another one of those over here because I think I have plenty of space. I need to make, I want a bigger bump in the center there. Okay, so down here, down here. That's, whoops, that one's a little too long. So I'm going to make another that goes behind it. That looks funky. I can fix it though when I go with the white marker. So let's do this. These can be more round or they can be more long and skinny, long and pointy. However you like. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside a second and let's grab this page and do a couple of the non-flower things. This is an interesting one. Ooh, that page would be cool too. Look at all the variation of color. I kind of like this for some of these. Let's do some of these and show you a few different styles. And literally any style or shape you can think of to do is going to be fine. I have these that are all cut, and then I have these that are drawn and are not cut. And you can see when you draw them, they don't look like anything. They just look like scribbles on the magazine page. But once you cut them out and have the marks on them, they work great. You think, no, I don't want to read those words. You don't read those words. They end up just being little bits of white on the petals there or the leaves. Now they are leaves. Don't call them petals. Okay, so some simple things. Let's start with this one. This one just has like a big round swoopy top and then bring it down for a stem. In the end, I will make the stem wider because I'm going to cut it out, but also notice that they're all cut out, not on the image, but around it. That is one of the things. Okay, this kind of stuff is all over YouTube right now. Everybody's doing it. And as I have looked at several other people's, how they do it, I liked best the ones where they cut out around the drawing so that there is paper showing around, there's color showing around the drawing, not right on the drawing. I don't know why that looks so cool or so much better, but it does. So don't worry about your stem. We'll make it a little wider, but we're also going to cut around it so that it's wide enough. And a kitty isn't right without a kitty. Yes, we have a white paint pen here as well. And we're starting with the black. And sometimes we then go back and put the white with the black. So this was done. This was done with the black. And then we go back with the white and just kind of trace where it was. Sometimes we go back and make the marks inside with the white, which is a good contrast to the black. Sometimes we do white only. Like the mushroom, it's just the white. The mushroom is easy. I thought, I can't draw a mushroom. I just don't even know how to do that. And that I'll show you how I did that. And it's so super easy. Literally, honestly, if I can do it, y'all can do it. Okay, so we're doing this kind of shape, one big swoop at the top. And then because it curves right, I'm making the first leaf to the left and just a swoop out here and back to the center. And then come down just a bit, a swoop out to the right, back to center, down just a bit, a swoop out to the left, back to the center, and one more swoop to the right and back to the center. And if you want to make this stem longer, you can. You don't have to. Okay, so there's our basic. Let's go over here and do another one. There are a lot of different styles out there that I see. Here's another one that is easy and fun. This is a smaller one, and this is kind of a larger version of it here. The difference is this one is just a little more oval shape, and this one is perfectly round. And so they both look cool when you go to use them. And so you can just do the circles on the sides, or this one, you just have to literally do a figure 8. So you make almost like a balloon. It's a circle, but it's not perfectly circle. It's more of an oval. And then make your stem down. And then I like to turn it to the side a bit because I'm not so coordinated. Going to start in the center and just do a figure 8. Come down a bit, do another figure 8. And I can stop there and make it just that height. Or maybe I do a third. And I can make my stem as long as I want. And then I'll come back as I'm marking on it. I'll come back and make that stem a little wider. You can even make, I used a wider marker on that. I can see, I can even make those a little wider. So let's see, another one of those. This one's just a little bit squared out there. Let's see, this one is, this one lost a leaf right there. This one is similar to the first one, but goes more straight up. So the top is just kind of straight up like those petals. Well, that's more curved there. And then bring your stem down. And then, and see how you can vary it so little and end up with things that look different. These are just kind of big ovals like that. But if you bring them out a little flatter, or if you just bring them more to a point, like the petals that we did, just bring them more to a point. So you're going around into a point, around into a point, around into a point. See, I'm just not very good at that, but it doesn't matter. They all end up looking just fine. And I always end up with these great big giant ones. And I would like to have some smaller ones. So I'm going to do this smaller here and just kind of go to a point, to a point, to a point. I always end up not coming back to the center at the same spot. I come farther down in the stem, but you can fix it. Doesn't matter. To a point and point. Again, see, I do that. I'll just fix it, because by the time you cut it out, it won't be an issue. And sometimes the scribblies look really cool. This has some cool colors over here. And so this will look really cool on a circle scribbly like that. I may be running out of ink in this pen. Let's see. Okay, where else? I'm here. We've got some space, and that might look really cool on as a scribbly. Let's see if I can. I go through my black ones a lot faster than any of the others. Just do that around and scribbly. Must not be watching. Y'all are watching on YouTube. I never saw this. Yeah, I think a lot of people are doing them right now. So I'm going to take a white one and show you. Sometimes it's easier to do. Oh, I also want to show you that. See, there's just so many different things that you can do. And these are easy to do. Again, you can see that I am not a drawing artist, but yet I can do them. They're easy. So I'll show you how to do that shape. I'm going to show you how to do the mushroom. But to embellish or decorate it, get it ready to cut, a lot of times they'll just come back with the white and go inside or over the black with the white so that you get both. And I do it very quickly so it doesn't go exact. It's like those natural lines, like nature lines. They are not exact. They never are. And like these scribblies, I'm just going to do the same thing with the white. So it's the white over the black. They end up looking really cool. I can hardly see the black that was running out. But on these, I can do the inside. Since this is really dark, I may do some marking inside here with white. If it was really light, I might do this marking inside with the black. I just want to be able to see it. Okay. Oh, we lost Sarah, and there's Sarah back.
I I haven't touched it.
Got kicked out and came right back. Okay, let me go to this one because it's a better example of the light and dark. Okay, so here is the dark flower. I'm going to come back in here and just go. The faster you do it, so you're not trying to get perfect and in the lines, the more natural it looks. I mean, nature's lines are just so cool and nice, and they're there and they're imperfect. So the more I try to be perfect, the less natural it looks, is what I have found. Just do it. And they never look like much while they're on the paper here. It's when you go to cut them out that they start looking like cool little flowers. And I think I'll do black inside of this one for the marks because it is so light. But something like this, I'll definitely do white inside, and maybe I'll do something like that. You could even do that mark up the left of each one. You could leave the right without any marks because those are kind of thin. They can't hold a lot, so I can leave the right side without any marks. This one that I was screwing up the shape there, I can go back here, put some dots in the center there, and I can go back here and go over it with the white like that, just super quickly. And now you can't even see where my multiple marks of the black were. And maybe I just put one little mark of white in each of those. If it's large enough, you might do like little tiny circles in each petal. This might use black and white because it's got a really pale background like that. I'll probably do black in that. This one over here is dark. I can do light in these. But maybe you put, look at some of the others that are here that you can see, just some little marks like this in the flower, on the petals, and a couple at the base, like that, and dots on the center. So that flower is now fully decorated. When it's cut out, it's going to look really cool. Maybe you do something like this one. I think needs black because it's got such a light background. But you could do like a little swirly spiral at the end of each flower. Okay, and then you could do some squiggly lines as the like wrinkle or vein markings right there. And it kind of looks like it needs some white somewhere. That Posca feels a little bit thick for that. I'm going to see if this white gel pen will write on here. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. And it is, but it's kind of skipping, which actually looks kind of cool too, because it looks like nature, which sometimes isn't perfectly consistent. So a little bit of white with the black on that one. Let me grab another page. I would like to show you that one. And I would like to show you the mushrooms. So my magazine, let's see, I will go into this Daphne's Diary. Ooh, look at that. That would be when I like to use the pages first, but then that'll be really cool. That's the cover. The inside of the cover will be really cool doing that. So I want to find a page that has some good variation of color. Oh, look at that. This will be really cool, having all of this do that. That'd be really awesome. You know what? On these, I would just take the black marker and or white marker and go around them. There's already a mushroom right there for you. So you don't have to draw another one. But those will be neat, having the gold embellishments already in the flowers. If that black pen is empty, chuck it. Don't save it. Oh, no. what I'm going to do, Margie, is hang it this way and then push it down and see if any more comes out. But I'm not going to take the time to do that online. And if it doesn't, then it goes straight into the trash. Threw it away last night. Do not hang on to a pen that is empty. If it's not working for you now, I mean, if you do all the things and it doesn't come out now, it's not going to come out later. We may hoard a lot of things, but don't let it be empty pens. DM, we love pens. No empty pens. But you still don't hoard empty pens, do you?
No, actually, I throw them away as soon as I possibly can.
Yeah, so that you make room for more.
Exactly.
Okay, this one, which is the same as this one, which is super easy. Well, let's grab this marker will probably work here. Okay, so this has just got like 5 petals and they look, you know, really cool shape. And you're like, I don't know how to do that. Here's the easiest way to do it is just, I'm going to try not to make this one huge. I'm going to start up here because I want to use this whole page. It's so cool. So I'll make my center right here. The easiest way to do this is do a heart, but instead of an exaggerated heart, just make it a looser heart. So I'm going to come up and do a little heart on the top and down. See where you get that heart shape on the top, but I didn't come down and do an exaggerated heart. And then you're going to do another one. A little bit of heart on the top and down. A little bit of heart on the top and down. A little bit of heart on the top and down. And the 5th one, this pen is coming out more gray than black. But see how easy that is? Just kind of think doing a heart on there. I think it'd be really cool with some of this gold on here. So let's do it again. Maybe even just a little bit larger. Heart down. I'm going to try to go backwards. I want to make my brain try to think today. Heart down. Heart. See, my brain's not working backwards very well. If I end up with little space, I'll just make it look like it's behind. Heart down. Yep. And another one here. We can throw our brains off. If you have a big gap, just do one in between and just start partially down. Don't go all the way to the center, and then it looks like it's a layer behind. So we'll do one more here. Got a center. I'm better off if I go this way, and if I turn it, we have seen. So you don't even have to draw a full heart. Just start that little descension down the center for the heart, and you've got your petals. Isn't that super, super easy? And then you can see that there's just some lines down. I will take a thin Sharpie and do those, especially here because I don't want to completely cover up the cool gold on that. For these mushrooms, I think that I would take them as they are, and I would do white. And just, that's so cool that they already did a mushroom there for me. And just color in some of these dots. You don't have to use all of them. You can. Sometimes on the mushrooms, what I like to do is add some teeny tiny dots. A grouping of 3 or 5 looks really cool. Sometimes even 4 comes out and my hand moves on and it's just fine. You never know. See how cool that looks? And then just bring this down, and I'm probably going to end it right there so that I can use this little guy too. Or if you don't want to, if you want a longer stem, bring it all the way down. That becomes part of the stem right there, and then just draw another one. but super easy to do. So let's do a mushroom that is maybe in this blue right here. Look at the shape. So always relate what you have to draw to a shape that you know. So I look at the top of that, and it's a triangle. As I watch other people draw mushrooms, because I didn't know how, I'm like, it's just a triangle. It's a triangle with rounded corners. So you can start anywhere that feels comfortable to you. Nothing felt comfortable to me, so I thought, just do it. And honestly, the less I focused on it, seriously, the less I tried, and the more I just went like this and did, oh, I want black, and did, okay, triangle corner, come down again, triangle corner. Then it turned out just fine. Of course, it doesn't look so good when I'm doing it live. And then the bottom, I can't draw them straight anyway, so which is perfect because the mushroom stem is always bigger on the bottom. And then you can do your circles, or you can come back and do them with the white. You can do the little dots. On the mushrooms, I do like to mix the black and white often. We'll do one in the gold here. That should look cool. So all I'm going to do is go up to a triangle and come down and around. And no mushroom is shaped the same. Even in our ephemera that we have, our embellishments, we have so many. I'm going to wait and do that in white. We have so many different shapes and sizes of mushrooms that don't think that, oh my gosh, that one's not any good. I can't cut that one out. Because honestly, it's just not so. They don't look like much on paper. They really don't. But once you start cutting them out, so what I'll do is go through the page and just cut them all like this, and put them all together like that. And then I can sit down while I'm watching a movie or something, and then just cut these out. And I don't like to fussy cut. Glynis does. She can do a ton of these. Honestly, I'll just cut it a little bit closer here. The reason I don't mind fussy cutting these is because I don't have to get in close to them. I want them purposefully to be cut away from the line. I want that extra on there. So I want to get rid of as much of the bulk as I can at first. So I'll cut that off, and then I come back and I'll just go between these. And for me, that's a whole lot easier. You fussy cut it however it's easiest for you. But I find that easier. And just leave the page around it, because that page around it adds to the color and looks like nature. I'm feeling the crunch of time and like I need to move on and not sit here and cut. So I can clean that up a little bit later, but that's just fine. And it looks more natural having all that around it. Okay, couple bonus things that you may already have thought about, or maybe you haven't. Map pages look really cool with these. The flowers look awesome on map pages. So grab old maps that you have that you are not using or haven't used, or this is one thing that we might have just a ton of and don't know what to do with it. But I'm telling you, these look so cool. You can see little tiny words and things on the petals. They look really awesome. So go through and make you a bunch of those. Mushrooms also look really awesome on map pages. So go through and draw a bunch of those. Book pages, music pages as well. And you can, before you do on those, you can add a little bit of color with like distress. You can just take your blending brushes and just put some color on the page, and you can put multiple colors that you like together on there. And so when you go to do this, you have variation of color. One bonus, there's two ways to do this. I will just show you one quickly because we are down to the end of time. At the end of time. That sounded bad. Like the outlines of the shapes as well. They're awesome. Oh yeah, we're gonna have kittens today. DM is on Kitten Watch, and she's pretty much in labor, right?
Yes, she is.
So we will finish in an hour so she can get back to taking care of kitties, because we're going to have kittens today. We're going to all be aunties. Okay, so to do this with watercolor, you can put it on a pan, a flat pan of any kind, and just put a bunch of colors out there. Add a bunch of water, spray it, with water, your pan, and so everything is kind of wet on there. Or if you don't have a flat pan of some kind, you can take your watercolor paper and just do this, get some color on the paper, get some different colors on the paper, some colors that you kind of like together. They might be colors that kind of coordinate with a project that you're coming up with, and you would like some of this fodder to go with. It might not be. I've decided, after doing a couple things and looking for stuff to put on it, that I really need fodder in all colors. So all you do is do this, get some color on the page. You can either make it dry or let it dry. I would let this dry while I go on and do another one and do several pages. And then you come back. How much time do we have? 50. Okay, we got 8 minutes. And then come back and do the same thing. Draw the flowers and everything right on here. And these are very cool because you've got the color behind it, but you don't have any any images. Like on the magazine pages, you have images and color, and this you just have the color. And so when you do your doodles inside, the doodles really show up. They really show up, and they look very cool. All right, while I'm drawing this and doing a couple of samples of that, I'm going to bring the others back on here, and let's see what they've been doing. Sarah, I know, has never done this before, so I asked her to come on to try it for the first time so we could see how easy it is to do. Sarah, there, let's see what you got. Oh, cool. Look at that. Up higher. Perfect. Good location. There's one. Nice. Oh, I like that one. Very cool. The subtle differences in the color on those pages are really awesome. Ooh, that's a good one. Wow, look at that.
That's it.
That's cool. That is really awesome. She made me realize I didn't say anything about leaves, but you can just do leaves so that you have leaves to put underneath flowers, just sticking out of flowers, when you're putting them on a page. And inside those leaves, you can doodle and do all kinds of anything. Leaves of all sizes. Make sure you make some little guys along with the big guys, because you don't always need a great big one. DM, let's see what you've been doing.
Okay, well, I've done a lot, actually. These are the first ones that I did that's on a magazine page. But I did want to show that if you want to make your leaves to make them look like, and you'll be able to see it on this right here. They have two different sizes. If you do them right straight along,
right down like the line.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
I've done, you can't see them, but I have all this wispy grass that I've made really long, thin, narrow.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. Look cool.
Things. This one right here, it's sort of like a multi-leaved thing. So there was a flower on her sleeve here already, and I used that to just do hearts as leaves. I mean, as petals all the way around. I had a couple other, I don't know if they were on this one. Oh, like if you wanted to do a snowball or any of those flowers that are all squished together, all you do is just make the flower shape all into a circle or an odd shaped circle. And then here I was actually making it easy because I have some blackberries. So if you look at every single one of the things that could be made into a little flower. So you could just go around in the shape they are, you know, just add on to one flower and it would end up making a bunch of flowers.
That's cool.
So this was my idea of a Queen Anne's lace, which I usually draw in pencil, but I actually did white on white here. And I would definitely use a green pen because it makes them. Let's see, this one right here, I just made some flower shapes, but I want to show you, look at the background. Do you think you could copy any of those?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Look, I just went right around
exactly
that
what
one.
We've been doing. Yeah.
And I've been practicing, I've been trying to do those.
The same one, just do them larger on other
ones right here. And I made this. This was my first one from looking at that one right there.
Cool.
So even if you
a little
find
more
stuff,
detailed.
this is my little rose.
Cool.
Rosebud.
And those are a little more detailed. So people who haven't ever, you know, drawn at all, just really basic ones end up looking really cool.
Right. Even if you're looking at a magazine, you may find something like, or look how easy this one is right here. Or this one right here.
Yep.
And it shows you different leaves, you know, that you could do. So you just got to look where you are. A lot of their clothes have flowers on them.
Sometimes, you know, you have scrapbook paper or cardstock that is a floral, has flowers. You can cut out those flowers, cut out around them, and then do, or before you cut it out, do the black and do the white. And so you've got the same outline. It may look still like you drew it. So
that's like
on watercolor. Just do the same thing on the watercolor, and then when you cut them out, you've got whatever colors you put down. Oh yeah, I love that on the skirt, the green.
And then that one is just I did a big, huge, weird, roundish shape, and I just started putting 4
flowers inside it.
Thin flowers inside of it. And
That's
you
cute.
could do the round shape with a pencil and then just start putting, and they don't have to, you leave space, guys. It just, your eye will fill in the space with how, with the other petals. So, and this is like what I said, how doing half and half, those leaves are going to look. By the way, this is my favorite catalog.
Which is?
And I wish I could afford the stuff in it, but it's also flat paper. It's not shiny.
Oh.
Yep.
If you have some with flat, I have a couple of books. Like I have a book from a university. It was like their 100-year as a college or university. And so they printed this book with 100 years worth of history in it about it. And it's got, their colors are green and white. And so it's got some pages that are like all green and white, made really great flowers, pulled those out. So they can come out of a book. So here's a flower that's yellow, like yellow and orange, just starting to turn for fall with the yellow and orange that I put on there. And or not a flower, just a leaf, just a leaf. So
I also wanted to show you, see how that corner of her dress makes a mushroom.
Yes.
So you can like do a mushroom here.
And mushrooms can be all different shapes. Like you can literally make a circle.
Right.
And then put an oval, color in an oval there and put a stem on it. I wanted to show you the difference. You don't have to even do a shape. You can do the circle. And you can do the circle that's a little flatter on the bottom and put the little lines. Or you can do the triangle. Those are the easiest kind of mushrooms without really knowing how to draw. So I want to cut just a couple of these out. So you can see how easy that is to do on watercolor paper. And I love not having to cut it up close, wanting to have that extra color along the outside. And that doesn't even have any white. I'll probably go and put a little bit of embellishment or doodle on the stem or the base of the stem. I might add a little bit of white tiny dots and the black dots. Maybe even thicken up the outside lines a little bit. Glennis sent a picture of what she's been doing. Let's see. Okay, so here's some that Glennis has made. Perfect. See, there's her mushroom. There's leaves, just leaves on their own. Flowers with just a few petals. Flowers with lots and lots of petals. You can just keep going between the petals and put the little hump between the petals, and it just makes it look like there's more and more layers behind it. You can do that for as many as you want. Glennis has made 22. And the reason I like these is because I don't feel any rush. I can sit and do these while I'm watching a TV show or a movie or something. And however many, I could just draw them all at the same time. So I've probably drawn 22. Haven't cut them all out yet. But then I can just sit down while I'm watching that and cut them all out and just throw them in a little pile. And it's just so easy to do. And that's when it becomes kind of meditative, because it's not something that has to be like a serious art project that you're worried about doing something wrong. You know what I mean? And if you don't like I looked up to see something DM was showing and made this stem way long, and I didn't want it way long. I just redid the stem, because when I cut it out, I'll cut that bottom off. Doesn't matter. And I can go through and thicken up these lines a bit. And so don't ever say, oh, I ruined it, I'll throw it away. Just cut it out anyway, because you would be surprised how once you cut it out, it works. It's kind of amazing. They just work when they're cut out. And I don't worry about cutting them out, that they're all cut out, perfectly, even the same distance away from the flower. Just kind of cut them out, because nature is uneven. Nature is, splotchy and all over the place. And so the less I think about it and the more I just do it, the more natural it looks. And honestly, the better it looks. So the more it looks like nature. So hopefully you guys learn something that maybe you can do. I would hope and encourage you all to make some this week over the next few days. Join us on Thursday when we will come back and show you how to use these. Because what I hear a lot of is, okay, that's cool, I can make those, but now what do I do with them? And because Monday Jump Starts are now 1 hour, there isn't time to show what we do with them. So we do the 1 hour on how to make it. We'll come back on Thursday with how to use it. So make some between now and Thursday. Join us on Thursday. Margie, thank you so much for your contribution. Oh, and don't forget, we have opened, I want to keep saying this because we're getting ready to do some special things within YouTube. We've opened the YouTube membership. So if you just click on the main page for YouTube, for the YouTube channel, Happy Paper People, the first video that will pop up automatically and play is one that's 1 minute and 20-something seconds long, where I tell you about the membership. While that's playing, if you look just to the right of it, it says, join here, join this channel here. So if you don't see the join button, just click that link right there, and it will take you right to where you can join. Everybody is at the same level. It's only $4.99 a month for everyone. There are no separate levels like Patreon, no differences. Everybody gets the same. But there are going to be some really special perks that will be just for the YouTube membership. And I am preparing right now. I've been preparing things for some really special super clearance sales for membership only, or membership first, and there may not be anything left. So I want to make sure that everybody knows and has a chance to get into that before we start those. So don't forget about retreat coming up the first week of October if you have thought about it. and not jumped in, or if you have questions about it, the link is in the description box. Also, the link to join the membership is in the description box below. But if you have any questions about retreat, just send me a private message. Be happy to answer any and give you detailed information. But the link to give you the written information is in there. And join us on Facebook in Happy Paper People on Facebook, a safe place to post all of your creations, where we love to inspire and be inspired by one another. As Margie says, you want to get in on it. Yes, definitely. Thank you for taking the time to do a thumbs up and to share or like the video. We do appreciate it because it helps us to get more visibility, so other people who are interested in our same kind of things can find us and join us. So we will see you all Thursday night. Thanks so much. Have a great afternoon, and pray for some healthy baby kitties that are coming today.
Yes. Yes.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.